Let's solve this question on bearing. It's just so easy, so relax. You are told the bearing of a town Q from P. Please note it. Anytime you work with bearing, the word from matters a lot. So from P, let's underline. From P is 215. You observe that this is three figure. And for every three figure, it must start from the North Pole and also go in a clockwise direction. Don't worry, I'll show you how to sketch it. Then P is 80 kilometers north of R, while R is due east of Q. Find the distance between Q and R. That is just so easy. How do you solve this? Just make your sketch first. Now, to begin sketching, you are told the bearing of a tan Q from. And we have said that this is three figure. It must start from the North Pole and goes in a clockwise direction. So you just need to state your cardinal. You can just concentrate on the North Pole. Just show the North Pole because it's three figure. Now, we want to map out this 215. How do you do that? We can use broken lines to complete the remaining parts of the cardinal just to help us to measure or sketch. Now remember that this is the first quadrant. Here measures 90. If it moves to the second, remember we say it goes in a clockwise. So if it enters here, it's 180. If it goes to the third one, it becomes 270. If it touches here, it's 270. If it touches here, it's 180. And if it takes you back here, it gives you 360. This one is 90. So what do? We are going to make use of it here. Here is already 0. This one is 90. Here is 180. We are targeting 215. So we make a turning from here. It's already 180. 215 should fall in the third quadrant. And with what will it fall? This is already 180. You see that if I do 215 subtract 180, it gives me 5. This will give me 21 minus 18 gives me 3. So it means that it enters the third one with 35 degrees. So I will just use my common sense. It should not be up to half of this third. I'll just sketch it from here. You just see it. So this is what I have. So I'm going to bring it down from here. This is what I have. So I am free to stop it here. And what do? Remember, it is from P. So it means that this is from P. This place you label it P is very important. And this tiny angle it entered with, we have said is 35 degrees. So what do you do next? Go back, we are told it is a bearing of Q from P. So when you drop your line, you introduce another cardinal, label it north, so we can take this part off. So label it north, and then that is the point of Q. Did you see that? Now, what do? We have been able to express this. Q from P is 215. This is Q from P. We have stated it. Now, we also told P is 80 kilometers north of R. While R is due east of Q. R is, let's leave this and take this first. R is due east of Q. Now, this is your Q. R should be somewhere from the east of Q. That's what this means. R is due east. And you know, when you have your cardinal, this is north, here is east, here is south, here is west. So east of Q should be this place. Did you see? So this is our east. So we're going to draw a line east of Q. Keep moving. That is a point where you can find your R. And you're also told that P is 80 kilometers north of R. You see that R is somewhere here. And if R is somewhere here, we are also told that P is north of that R. P is 80 kilometers north of R. And you know, north of R should be here. So it means R should be here, so that when you drop your cardinal, did you see? It means north of it is P is north of R. So I will have to complete it. Did you see how we got that sketch? And that is 80 kilometers north of R. So P is 80 kilometers north of R. It means that this length measures 80 kilometers. Did you see how we got that sketch? And is there any other information? No, we've been able to label everything. And the question is, what is the distance between Q and R? We want to find these two lengths, these measurements, Q and R. What does it measure? How do we do that? We now calculate. So what did you observe? You observed the major shape we have found is a right angle because this right angle is here. Did you see that? So how do you now get this length? What do you do? Since it's right angles, you see that you are working with the sides and the angle of a right angle triangle. You just need to remember to use your trig ratio. Now let's take it up so that I'll show you how to get it. Let's just recreate it. This is what we have. It's right angles here. This length is what we are looking for. This length is 80 kilometers. And the angle that is included in the shape we have, the right triangle, is this 35. So it means that here is 35 degrees. We don't need this because it's not part of what is in the triangle. Now, what other thing do we need? This is all we need. Now, working with your trig ratio, remember that this is where the angle is formed. So the side opposite to this angle is the opposite side. And this is your right angle. The side opposite to the right angle is your hypotenuse. This one remains is the adjacent. Now, using your trig ratio, you have it as SOHCAHTOA. Now, the question is, which of these will you apply in this question? Observe that you are given the angle and you are asked to find the opposite when you have the adjacent. Which one has this information? Which one has O and A? Because we don't need this. We are not looking for this side. We want to find QR, and that is O, and we are given A. So you see that the one that has O and A is the tangent. So applying it, we are going to now have tan 35 degrees is equal to the opposite side, which is QR, as we are looking for, then our adjacent side. Remember that when you have 2R, it means tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. That's why we call it trig ratio. Is in a form of fraction. So what do you do now? We are going to now have divide it by the adjacent side, which is 80. And what do you do at this point? It's just for you to cross multiply this. This will multiply this, and this multiplies this. So let's quickly do that to have. So this will give us QR times 1 is QR. Then you now do 80 multiply tan 35 degrees. So please Q this first, then you do times 35. If you do that, we are going to have QR is equal to, so we have 56.0166. You can approximate it to the nearest kilometers. We have QR is 56 kilometers approximated. So this is what we have for this question. A man travels 24 kilometers due north and then 7 kilometers due west. What is his bearing from the starting point? We want to take it to the nearest degrees. So what do you do? This is just so easy. Let me show you how to answer this kind of question. Now, in this question, we are told that a man travels this kilometer, this distance, due north. So what do you do? Just draw your cardinal. This is your cardinal. These are cardinal showing the north. These are north. So let's just say that this is where the man is. And he travels 24 kilometers due north. So he goes in this northern direction. It means he has to go this way. Did you see it? So we are going to now take it up. So he moves up this way. That's where he moved in the northern direction. And what's the distance he traveled? He traveled 24 kilometers. Did you see? Now you stop it. Let's take this part off. When you stop this, what do you do? This is still your north. So what do you do next? We are told, and then 7 kilometers due west. And then that's from where he stopped. This is where he stopped. He moved 7 kilometers due west. So if you complete this pole, you see that this is the eastern part. This place is the southern. Then this one gives you the western part. Did you see? So if it travels due west, that means from the place he stops, he moves in this western direction. This is the western direction. It means he takes this direction. So we are going to now move it this way. We move in the western direction. And what's the distance? Distance is 7 kilometers. 7 kilometers is shorter than 24 kilometers. So we can just drop it here. Now, what else are we asked to find? We are asked, what is his bearing from the starting point? Remember, this is where the man started his journey from. So, and this is where he stopped at this point. So how will I get the bearing from the starting point? Remember, in bearing, the word from matters a lot. So from the starting means from here. How will you get the bearing? We need to complete this diagram. So if you complete it, this is how it should be for completing the diagram. So how do we get the bearing? The bearing is the angular movement that was made. So how do we get it? Let's take this off. For us to get this bearing, we just make this so that we know the direction. Did you see it? We complete it. So what do you do to get the bearing? From the starting point, remember this is the north from which he moved. And remember that in this type of bearing, we need to move it from the north to get the bearing from where he started from. So you move from the north in a clockwise, bearing goes in a clockwise. We move it in a clockwise direction. Move it till you get to that point that leads to where he stopped. This is where he stopped finally. So you're going to move it from the start. This place is the start point. So we move from the start, from the north pole of the start, move it in a clockwise direction till you get to the line that leads to where he stopped. You stop. So this is where you stop. So you want to get the angular movement that is made. Now, how do we get this angular movement? Remember, for a complete turning, if you turn from here and return yourself to the start point, it gives you a turning of 360 degrees. So what do? If we can get this smaller part of the angle, if you get this smaller part of the angle, you can easily take it away from 360 to give you the remaining turning. Did you see that? This is the turning, but this one is the remaining tiny part that makes a complete turning. So let's get this angle. To get this angle, what do? Just observe that. So we can bring that shape out to have this place measures 24 kilometers. Here measures 7. Remember, it's right angles here. So you want to find this angle. Now remember, anytime you work with the sides, you're working with sides and angle, because this angle is, you want to find it to help you to get the bearing. Just know that each time you work with sides and angles of a right angle triangle, use your trig ratio. And in using your trig ratio, we use our SOHCAHTOA. Now the question is, which of these will I apply here? Observe carefully that this is where the angle is formed. So the side opposite to the angle is the opposite side. This is where your angle 90 is formed. The side opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse. Then the remaining side becomes the adjacent. Now looking at this, you see we are given with information on the opposite and the adjacent to find the angle. So which one of these has this information? It is O and A. So you're going to use tan. And your tan theta is opposite over the adjacent. So applying it on this question, we are going to now have, let's take this part off. So this is going to give us tan theta is equal to opposite is 7, our adjacent is 24. So what do? Just Q this in the calculator. You have tan theta. If you divide this, it gives us 0.2917. Can adjust this approximately. So to get your angle, you take the arc tan, just tan inverse of this number, which is 0.2917. And when you do that, just Q this in the calculator. You're going to have theta will give us, so we have 16.5 63.26 approximately. So this is what we have for our angle, this theta. But the question is not on this. We want to find the bearing, which you have said is from here down to this place. So to get this turning, which is the bearing, we are going to subtract this angle we got from the total angle, which is 360. If you do that, we now have the bearing will now be 360 subtract 16.26. And when you do that, it gives you 343.74. Then approximate to the nearest degree. This 7 is rounded up to 1. So add it to this 3, it becomes 4. So we have 344 degrees. That is the bearing. And I hope this helps you. Don't forget to tell us how much, like, share. See you in my next video. Bye.